All right. Well, here we go. So, Walt, tell us about how the whole notion of the patient organization and these 7 questions. What impact can that make on a company?
Oh gosh, a lot of people get confused around the word patience, right? So we're saying patience is pretty aggressive in this standpoint. It's having the guts and the willingness to slow down and observe, and then take the shot when you need to take the shot. So creating patience, not everything being crazy and chaotic, but things just being in control but still very aggressive. That kind of makes sense. So that's why we mean a patient organization.
Well, so tell us about why do companies need to be asking these 7 questions?
Well, there's a core belief that we write about in the book, and a lot of this is based on like tribal work of an organization at root is a fiction that's only given meaning and power by those who buy in. And if you got 200 people and 99 are buying into this and 101 are buying into that, and we've got two organizations, we've already been divided on our way to being conquered. It's the same thing with tribes. So the 7 questions are basically a way to measure whether we have one organization or two, at the individual level. you
So
know.
let's just review those 7 questions so we all have a common vocabulary as we're moving forward. Go ahead.
All right. So we're really these are questions that we're asking the individual contributor to ask of themselves as they reflect into the company. You can go a lot deeper in each one, but the basic questions are that they're answering. They're saying, "Do I belong? Do I belong here? Do I have the core values and the skills to contribute to the organization?" And then the second one is, "Do I believe?" It can be a huge esoteric piece, or it could be under I believe in the strategy and where resources are going. But the answer is either a yes or a no, on like a scale of a 1 to 10. The third question I call it the hinge question is, are they saying, do I understand and embrace what I'm accountable for, as it ties to the belief? Do I understand and embrace how I'm measured, which is really key? People really want to be measured. Do I understand and embrace how my organization listens? And do I know that I'm being heard? We're looking for a yes there. Next one is, do I understand and embrace how I'm developed and how I can take control of my own development? Not everybody really cares about being developed, but the ones who do really got to answer that question. And the last one is, do I understand and embrace what it means to be balanced at this organization? Work, life, health, compensation. It's just a rubric that an employee is able to sort of gut check themselves and say, am I in or am I out?
So as we as implementers approach a business, how important do you think it is that ultimately everybody in the organization gets to a yes? Is that the 100% right people, right seat?
Yeah, that's right people, and in the right seats, they're getting to accountable, measured, heard. But it is definitely there, and we can measure it. There's a standard organization. 36% of the people, this is Gallup numbers, are completely engaged. Right people, right seats. Yes to the 7 questions. 50% are like neutrally engaged, or a little bit above, lowercase yeses, and then 14% are no. They can't get to yes to the 7 questions. And what EOS does is it lays the foundation to honor these people, to allow the 14% to disengage, who aren't all yes to the questions, to either become engaged or to self-select out, because we're holding them back from where they could really fit. So it's but ultimately that is the measure. We're always going to have 50% of the people going to be neutrally engaged, lowercase yes, and we're trying to get to 48, 49% of the people are, uppercase yeses to the 7 questions. Then the other couple, will just kind of let them roll out to the side. But that is what it feels like when EOS is rocking and rolling.
And so,
Yep.
as we get to that place where we're using the survey, the answers to the questions, this can be part of the 555, right? Our quarterly conversations.
I think you can. Yeah, a lot of my clients immediately just get to that point. Oh, we're going to do the quarterly conversation. 5 minutes on core values, 5 minutes on GWC and your roles, and 5 minutes on rocks. And you can dig a little bit deeper in to the 7 if you want to. Not required, but just
Mm-hmm.
gives it a little bit more color. right?
Well,
Or
I mean, this is a way to help move toward a real 100% right person, right seat.
yes,
Because
it's absolutely.
because you know you can, somebody can fake my my rocks, my core values, and my
PwC,
my working in my seat. They can they can they can fake that for a while, but
yep.
if they really want to become a deeper part of the organization, more committed, part of that engage group, this is a way
Yep.
of asking the questions.
Which is what humans want. We don't
Mm,
want to be part of a tribe where we don't fit. Being part of a
mm-hmm,
tribe where you don't fit, you know it. And that is
mm-hmm.
miserable. Life at home is miserable. Life in your mirror is miserable. So we're trying to honor these folks with allowing them to, take hold of it.
And when that becomes clear, that's the time for the supervisor to really say, we're here to help you find the place in the world where you do fit, where you can belong, believe, accept and embrace the
Yeah.
the
And it's
accountability.
I think the key here, Will, is the other side of it's called the 7 question, 7 promise framework. So ultimately, it's promises that are coming from leadership, from management, from supervisors saying, we're doing this for you, not to you. We want you to be able to say yes to these 7 things, and we're going to help you get to yes. So, when you frame it in a promise is a pretty powerful thing from the standpoint of a human. Promises are kept or not kept. And
Yeah.
when leadership actually makes a promise, typically it's kept. And then when people see that someone's making a promise, they'll help them keep it. It's sort of weird that way. But
Well,
yeah,
that
so
begins with the intention at the leadership team level, right? This is our
exactly.
intention.
Yeah. And
And,
through EOS, we're able to help leadership understand what yes looks like to the question before we actually make the promise.
yes, yes. And
Very
now,
important.
Now, one of the things that I've been really excited about is that these 7 questions help get us to that EOS life, being able to
Yep.
do only what I love doing with people I love, knowing
Yep.
how what I'm doing is making a big difference to what the company's doing to making the world a better place.
Yep.
I'm being compensated appropriately, and if I'm not, I have a plan to get there
Right.
with my supervisor, and then finally, having plenty of time left over for my other passions, and that I can share that with the company. So that's
Yeah.
what I really am excited about. And as we close this introductory session, I just want to remind us that we're going to spend 7 sessions talking about each of those questions as we move forward.
Yeah.
So thanks, Walt, for joining in
Thank you.
on this journey to just talking about how all these questions can help us in our EOS practice and ultimately help these businesses thrive and help all of the employees all the way down to live their ideal life.
He'll live that life, man. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.